Peace, y'all. My name is Nakara Forjé, and I'm here with my guy Murgo at G Nice TV. About to do a little lyric breakdown of my latest EP, Healed Hoochie, Toxic Pack. So excited to get into it with you. I know you're gonna give me the business. It's about to be a good time. We about to chop it up. We about to really get into a deep dive of the way that I think, the stories behind the lyrics, and yeah, let's get into it.
What's good? What's good?
What's popping with you?
Man, it's a long day, but it's a good day though.
Yeah, it's a good day for sure.
Hell yeah. So what's up, man? How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm excited to be here. We've been chopping it up about this for a minute, so I'm really excited to get into it.
No, me too. Me too. I mean, last night, like I said, I was getting in my bag, getting in my mode. I kept replaying certain songs over and over. And I'm like, damn, like she really spilling that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm excited to get into it because I got some questions, and I know you said I could be, I could be direct.
Yeah, my man's asked me, what's the limits with these questions? And you know me, I'm an open book, especially in my music. So no limits. The gloves is off. He could ask me whatever, and we just gonna see how it go.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I mean, first I want to get into like just more so like the vibe of like what went into this project. Like what was your mind at that time, and what made you want to call it the Toxic Pack and shit like that?
Man, I feel like my last relationship was very toxic. It was like the best relationship I've ever been in and also the worst at the same time. And coming off of a breakup and just feeling like I need to get all of this shit out so that I can move forward. So like I released it on my birthday, which was very sentimental, symbolic for me. It's like before I move into this next age and this next phase of my life, I want to be done with this part. Like I want to just be rid of the toxicity. And so, yeah, that's what it's about. Just getting it out.
So just like leveling up to a new you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Owning my shit, being accountable, which is something I hear women struggle with, but
better take some notes, ladies.
But yeah, really just recognizing where I went wrong, recognizing my toxic traits, and then just overall bearing the toxicity in the relationship.
So how does one realize their toxic traits?
I think just being real with yourself, like, man, not always pointing a finger. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people have me fucked up, right? But also, how did I have you fucked up? Like, maybe thinking more about how someone else feels, how I've made them feel, versus just always being the victim and, just only focusing on what I feel and how somebody made me feel. Like, really being able to see both sides, being a little bit more objective.
No, I feel that. I mean, when you saying, like, seeing, like, what you've done to that other person, and then realizing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's good because a lot of, like you said, a lot of females don't take accountability to that. It's always like, you feel me? But, I'm not just going to be biased here because I'm a man.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like we said off camera, sometimes, dudes do the most too.
Absolutely.
And they got to take that accountability as well.
For sure. But I can't be responsible for nobody but me.
Right.
Right? So, yeah, just stop pointing a finger. Because when you point, you got more pointing back at you. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about like the start then. Like how'd you actually start getting into writing the concepts for the songs, and what made you just feel like you could actually get into this and just fully express everything you've been going through and put it out there? Like sometimes that can be scary too because you're being too personal.
Is there a such thing as too personal with Nakara Forjé? I don't know. Like, I think that's part of my brand and part of my authenticity is like just showing up me, being very transparent. I don't always do that in my interpersonal relationships. Like the level of like honesty and I don't know. I take that back because I'm pretty forthcoming with people, but I use music as like my therapy, my diary, so I can really get into it. It's my safe space. But yeah, some of the songs I already had, like AIW. Carl Thomas was something I've been playing on and toying with for a while, and it just fits so well for this. It was a culmination of joints that I had been working on, and when I was like, I want to do a project called The Toxic Pack, I'm going to just I'm gonna put out my most toxic shit, my most toxic, intrusive thoughts, and these were the songs that came together. I think Toxic and Disdain I wrote specifically for this, but the other ones were like loosies that just came together.
Right. No, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Disdain. Yeah, I was listening to that too. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into it, but I'm gonna kind of go like in order, but
okay.
in a way, there's some connections in the songs.
Yeah.
And there's one that stood out a lot.
Yeah.
That I was like, damn, I'm gonna ask her that. That's why I asked you. Can we be honest?
Okay. All right.
We're gonna go like this. So look, the first song on the project's called Toxic, right? And like in the lyrics, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna break these lyrics down. Right? You said, love and hate myself, so I seek validation in men. Mm-hmm. Break that down.
I love and hate myself, so I seek validation in men is me saying like, I'm still unhealed in some areas, right? I still struggle with a lot of daddy issues, not feeling seen, not feeling heard, not feeling valued or, just special, right, to a man. And so I'm seeking that validation in my interpersonal relationships, right? So if I'm not being loved on, or if a nigga not chasing me or pursuing me or showing me he want me, like I don't feel as whole or I don't feel as valuable, right? So it's just acknowledging that like I need that attention, right? I need that validation.
Do you think that's a lot of women?
I do. I can only speak for me, but it's something I think it's obvious in the way a lot of women present themselves, for sure.
Right. So how did you come to that realization, and then like healed from it? What did you do to practice to look at the value within yourself? And say,
I'm very self-aware, and I'm big on like working on myself, right? Working on my mind, working on my spirit, growing, evolving. Like that's important to me. I've always been aware of my daddy issues. And I think just as I continue to grow as a woman, like part of loving myself is acknowledging that I have these issues, right? Because you can't heal what you won't reveal.
Right.
So just being self-aware, practicing being alone, right? Noticing when I'm more needy or when I am seeking that validation and stopping myself in my tracks. Like, yo, you don't need that. You know what I'm saying? You dope by yourself. It's just remembering who I am, reminding myself that I'm her.
No, hell yeah. And I'm pretty sure that took a lot of time to yourself, a lot of probably not dating at that phase, trying to like really hone in and just preserving that energy for yourself, looking at yourself and valuing yourself more. Because like, women don't have those problems either. It's dudes that have that same problem.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us also who come from single parent homes who might have not grown with a mother or a father, like we also deal with certain things that we gotta, you know what I'm saying, realize within ourselves and tying up on. So now that's what's up though, man. The next line is, I love and hate you at the same time, in sync but not compatible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Yeah. So like I have, first of all, let me say this. I feel like maybe I shouldn't say that.
Oh, no, you going to say it. Be blunt.
Okay, I'm going to put a pin in that thought. In sync but not compatible. Okay, so it's like I found, especially in my last relationship, like we were super like, there were some things that we were just perfectly aligned on.
Right.
Passions, mutual interests, sex, just things that were like, damn, this is perfect. But also like, if we're so perfect together, why we don't work out? Why are we so unhealthy? Obviously something is off. You know what I'm saying? Something's really lacking here. So yeah, it's like in sync but not compatible, perfect lines, but they don't rhyme. Fuck it, it's still clever though. Like, I'ma still rock with you, I'ma still kick it with you, I'ma get what's good out of it, even though like this is actually very fucked up and very toxic. But it's just saying like, damn, we're so good together over here, but damn, we lacking severely in some key areas.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and where do you think that stems from though?
It stems from trauma. It stems from moving too fast, not really getting to know a person, not really knowing yourself.
So you felt like you got into that relationship unknowingly, knowing that other person fully before you giving yourself?
For sure. Committing to somebody and like you know, not really taking the time to learn them, let them learn you, like establishing what kind of future you want together. And if y'all are in alignment with that, there's just so many misfires.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to like that aspect, because a lot of us who come from let's just put it how it is. A lot of us come from broken families, and we're bringing these traumas into relationships.
Absolutely.
How does one understand to get into a relationship and not bring that into it? Or I guess I'm saying it wrong. I would just say, like, do you think someone should just, if they're gonna date someone they like them, should they just start off being friends first? Because that would give you that full understanding of that person. And then from there, you in a way get to understand that person, like, okay, he got these issues here.
Yeah.
They dealing with this shit. Damn, I'm dealing with the similarities here. I don't think this gonna
I think starting out as friends is ideal, but it's not always like, it just don't always go like that. It's like, man, I like you. Matter of fact, I love you. I really fuck with you.
I want to snatch you before me.
Man, you
shit.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, damn, this is good. Like, I don't want to play with it. And then I'm in my mid 30s, so it's like, if I like you, I'm not gonna play with you, and I will hope you're not gonna play with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think you should be intentional about learning a person. That doesn't mean like, oh, we only gonna be friends, we gonna be strictly platonic.
Right.
No, like, I fuck with you, I'm on that, I want that.
Yeah.
But also easing into it versus
Right.
jumping into it.
Hell yeah, and I think that shit comes from just how we grew up.
Moving too fast,
oh,
man,
God.
being too quick to do it. That be the thing right there,
Yeah.
being too quick to do it. Because once you do it, you can't undo it.
Oh God, like, boy, like, hey, you know, being a young cat, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know, like, the proper way of dating. You just think because you go get some right off the rip, because she fucking with you, you rocking with her, you know what I'm saying? You thinking, okay, cool, we just knocked it off. We gonna be straight from here. But
what?
I'm gonna just be 100. I'm gonna say this, like, cause I've done this multiple times and I realize it don't work. Like, cause you can't fuck a female. You feel me? And she gonna test to this, and maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get her opinion. You just can't fuck a female then be like, oh, cuz that's my lady now. Like, we gonna.
Man, what if we fuck? We go together. You is my man.
But like, just the amount of times I done crashed a female. Cause we was vibing, whatever, and then probably like third, fourth time we kick it, we into that.
Yeah.
It's like I done ran into issues with that because then I feel like as a man, I don't feel like I was fully developed at the times when I was running like that.
Absolutely.
I was getting into, you know, situations with females off of just sex and pleasure.
Yep.
And it wasn't really like at that point for me. It's like I don't really give two fucks to really get to know you at this point. You know what I mean?
But see, okay, I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to sound jacked up, but when people fuck with me, they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I have not had that issue. Like, once you here, you're going to be here for a while.
No, I feel
and
you.
That's, it's a gift, and I'm grateful to be able to connect so intimately and so, like, intensely. Like, it doesn't take long. People just fuck with me.
Right.
But also that has been a little bit to my detriment because I don't know how to date. Right? I link with a motherfucker one time and I'm with them for 3-4 years. And that's just how it go. It don't, you know what I mean? And so I think that's a little bit part of the toxicity. Again, not giving us the time to really learn each other and decide if this is something we really want to do. There's not a whole lot of thought. It's like all passion, all, you know,
It's all just in the moment, just that rush.
And then you look up and it's like now you just a album.
Damn. And it's crazy because I know exactly who you talking about, cuz.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know exactly. Because we were supposed to do a Queen and Slim
Man,
project, bro.
what? Hopefully that still happens.
Hey, by the way, watch the Come Up series episode with Nakara Forjé. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're watching this, you definitely got to watch that. Then you'll put 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so, this lyric right here, we going to get a little personal, right? First baby was a warning to stop playing with my womb. Second pregnancy was stress, anonymous calls to my phone. Third time I felt like slip for me.
Slip for me. Yeah.
While laying in your arms. You pillow talk to a bitch like a miscarriage was a charm.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, that's tough. Man, this particular relationship, we had, we lost some children. We had, made some babies together, and none of them made it for various reasons. And yeah, I think that was part of like the breaking point of the relationship. Just not feeling safe enough to have a child with you, having lost a child with you, which is, extremely personal. But yeah, traumatic shit that we just didn't know how to navigate in a healthy manner, and it became part of the buildup of resentment on both sides, right? Because this person wanted children with me, and it's like, this is not an environment to bring a child in, right? So, yeah.
Like, the last line when you said pillow talking to another female, like, how did that make you feel when you caught on to that? And like,
man, to this day, I still don't know all the facts. It's more of me kind of surmising and putting things together. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, that's not the type of information that you weaponize against somebody you love. You know what I mean? That's very intimate. That's very private. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hurtful. It's really hurtful because it's like, man, being comfortable enough to allow somebody to even put a baby in you is a big fucking deal. So to then lose that child is like, that ain't nobody business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in that same vein, I'm grateful that I did not have a child with somebody that ultimately I couldn't fully trust.
Yep.
So it's everything happened for a reason.
No, most definitely. And this just generally speaking. I ain't saying this towards bro or whatever, but I feel that because in a way, it's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, right?
Thank you.
But at the same time, it's like, it's a blessing. Because now you don't have no attachment.
Exactly.
You're able to fully grow into your full potential.
Exactly.
With not that past.
Nothing holding me back on that end. And just being a woman who has like, my first child was a stillborn, rest in peace, Cairo. So I know, I was already familiar with what it looks like to lose a child. And so, man, God is so good. God is so good. Because I really could be in a situation, attached to a nigga that I'm not with and that I'm not sure that I'll ever be with. You know what I mean? I really want a whole and healthy family dynamic. I already got a child with a man that I'm not with. I don't want that for myself no more. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm grateful to be able to make decisions that that don't carry that kind of baggage.
Right. But that's why you strong, though.
Thank you.
That's why I told you the other day when we met, I said, bro, you got that,
Yeah.
Because, you've been through so much shit that it's built you up to have this, like when you work so much, you working out, you outside in the field, you getting them scabs on your hands.
Resilience.
Like you just, all that extra shit that come, it's like, man,
spiritual muscle. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into AIW, okay?
That's my shit.
What's AIW stand for? It's an abbreviation, son.
Actions, intentions, words.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to label that song specifically that AIW?
I just fuck with it, and I like for people to do their research and find deeper meaning in things, Okay. So just using an acronym instead of spelling it out, it's like we spell it out enough for these niggas. Yep. We'll give y'all a blueprint and y'all still won't follow it. So generally speaking, of course, but yeah.
Funny as hell.
Yeah, it's very fitting. I'm really big on people being authentic. And, in past relationships, I won't just put it all on my last one. Like, you might tell me one thing, but you're doing something else, right? But you feeling something else. Your actions
Right.
and intentions and your words ain't aligning. And when they do, that's when I know it's real.
Yeah, no, God, that go on both sides of the relationship.
Absolutely.
Once you start peeping that shit, it's like you start to check out. But this is where it gets toxic.
Yeah.
When both people know that and they still fucking with each other.
Oh my God.
And not communicating that, and then it just becomes a one up the other. Mm-hmm. That's where shit starts to go down.
It gets real sticky. Yeah.
So with that being said, like, did you, obviously you talking about your previous relationships, but
Yeah.
like when you started to encounter those situations in your past relationships, whether that was with a boyfriend or friends, whatever, like, how did you deal with it?
Man, something that's very and I mentioned it in the first song, something very toxic about me. And I'm actively navigating this, working on it, but I will dip on your ass. Like, I like sticking around, like navigating conflict, like, fuck, I'm out of here. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to eat with you, hang with you, skate with you, nothing. Nigga, fuck out my face. Like, and that's,
Skate
you know,
with
none of it. But
I'm taking the skateboard with me.
I recognize now in hindsight that that's not healthy. You know, a person cannot feel safe in a relationship with you if you don't converse with them about what's bothering you and you choose to just break up and leave or, you know, isolate yourself. But yeah, that's kind of been a defense mechanism of mine, is just moving the fuck around on people when I feel like you're not being 100 with me.
Right. You know, it's so crazy that you're saying that. That's how I operate on a regular.
Yeah.
Not just with like a female, just with general people.
Yeah, same.
Like, I'm the type of person where if I'm not feeling the energy is genuine,
Come on.
or I feel like you just on some weird shit,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Come on.
I'm just gonna skate different. I'm just
What
gonna
Kendrick
wiggle.
say, bitch, I cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it. I
Hey.
resonate with that so deep. Man, what?
My nigga, I don't even talk to some family members.
You hear what I'm saying?
You know,
And you ain't wrong.
Look, and it ain't. I love friends in my family. I love, you know, some people I had to cut off that I really didn't want to cut off. But it's like when you have a greater purpose for yourself, or you're trying to do better for yourself, it's like, why would I allow this negative force pin me down?
Absolutely.
Or why do I gotta feel bad because I'm leveling up and you fucking up my mojo?
Ooh,
and my
I just
energy?
gotta chill.
You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, shout out to my cousin Liman, you know what I'm saying, Ziggy Wop, you feel me? That nigga used to say, hey man, all that humble shit, Murg, like, fuck that. Cause I'm too humble, even in high school and everything. Like, niggas will always tell me, like, bro, listen, humble is just another word, a good word to basically say, hey, like, I'm not better than you, so you don't outshine me. Like, I need you to come down to my level. So it's like, damn, why do I gotta go down to your level to make you feel comfortable rather than you feeling inspired and motivated by me?
To come up to my level.
You feel what I'm saying?
And I think I agree with that. I think humility is twofold, though. I think, and this is something that I've been told that I struggle with as well, and more so in romantic relationships, right? Because I feel like niggas bring something else out of me. Like
what?
Like
what? Talk that shit. You said everything.
Like, nigga, fuck you. I don't know. Like, it brings a dog out of me. Like, I don't know. I have a disdain for niggas, you know, that I'm working through, that I'm actively working through. And
Right.
shout out to my son, to Carter. I feel like having a son has helped me to better understand the disdain that I have and to work through it and to get to the root of it. But like in a romantic relationship, it's like, bro, you can't play me.
Right.
You can't, like, you playing me is playing yourself. And I think because I am distrustful of niggas, like, it's hard for me to be humble. It's hard for me to be accountable. Especially if you had me fucked up. Now I'm just on bullshit with you. Even subconsciously. It's not even an intentional thing. It's just like, now I'm side-eyeing you.
Right.
Now I got to puff my chest out. Now I got to show you I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? And it gets in the way of building a real connection because now I got to wall up.
No, I feel you. But when do you, where, because this is what I'm trying to understand when it comes to women sometimes. Like, obviously you said, okay, motherfucker have you fucked up. But what if the motherfucker really trying to kick some ism to you? You know what I mean? Some game. What if he trying to put you in a situation? What if he's trying to mold you to this woman he needs you to be for him? But you know what I'm saying? You don't realize it, so you take it personal as if he's trying to like belittle you or something. You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't know that I'm a moldable bitch. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
because
that don't sound good.
She toxic, but I'm toxic too, bro. I'm gonna just admit that shit right now. I'm toxic like a motherfucker, but I'm working on being a real grown individual. I'm really like growing from my toxic ways. I would be honest and say that. You feel me? You know, shout out to my lady. She got a big part in that. But at the same time, like they're like not with my current, like, but like the past, like. There'll be situations where I'll be like, hey, you gotta move like this. Like, you moving a little funny, like, tying up a little bit. But because you coming from a background where you independent as well or whatnot, you feeling like you can move like a nigga. And let's keep it honest, some men don't like that. When a woman moves
not at all. They don't like that at all. And you know what? I take that back. I shouldn't say I'm not a moldable bitch. I feel like
when do you feel like it's the respect? When you have to start? Okay, maybe he's right.
I feel like you have to give respect to get it. You have to set a precedence of respect. And so if you've already laid a foundation of mistrust and disrespect, you can't expect me to bend to your will, to be humble, to be accountable. Like y'all, you have to understand that men are the head and women are the heart, right? Y'all lead and we'll follow. But if you lead me down to the wilderness, then you gonna get what the fuck you get. You feel what I'm saying? So I think I could be moldable for the right nigga, but again, you have to lay the foundation. And when the foundation already raggedy, you just building on bullshit.
Yep.
And that's where, the shit don't align.
No, I hear you, and you said something real important. If you lead me to the wilderness, then I'm gonna treat you a certain way, and I think that just goes back to our phases of dating certain people and realizing, okay, this type of person, man, I gotta look somewhere else.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And if I look somewhere else, maybe I'll get that growth that I'm looking for, and that I'm working on.
But see, my problem is I am a habitual block spinner.
You said that in your songs too.
Yeah.
You the type to double back or spin the block.
Oh my gosh, I'm a block spinner. It's a problem.
I be swerving in that corner.
Whoa,
she's bending the corner on nigga. You feel me? Yeah.
Yo, I got a problem. I really I love hard. I do. And I be wanting who I want. So it be like, and I say it in the songs, like, I want you back. And that's what's toxic. Like, it's really a problem. You done really had me fucked up. You done did all this shit, but I see the potential. I do want to leave room for growth because I've evolved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but I've made intentional strides to be a better woman, to see your perspective. And so I would hope that, you've done the same on your end. So it'd be like, damn, I really love you. Maybe this could work. And then it don't work again. And you'd be like, fuck, I should have just not. But they looking good. You know what I'm saying? It's a vicious cycle.
Nah, I feel you,
and
man.
It's pee in the dating pool. So it's like,
you said
it's pee in the dating pool. I don't want to be out here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's raggedy. It's raggedy.
Yeah, hey, man, these times is different, bro.
Man, so it'd be like you get the looking forward at the bullshit out here and then get the looking back. Yeah. Like it wasn't so bad over there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Nah, I definitely would say, like, if you in a relationship, do your best to thug it out with one another, be mature, communicate.
And I ain't saying hold on to no bullshit. Like if it's not serving you, if it's not growing you, you know that. You got to have wisdom and discernment. But, man, if you got something good, what life say, hold on to it. Real.
Oh, God, for real.
Yeah, I just realized as I self-reflect, as I choose to intentionally grow, like, man, there's some holes that I'm trying to fill that this nigga I'm with can't fill because it came from over here. You know what I'm saying?
And you need to fix that.
I need to fix that.
Yeah.
But I'm seeking it from you. But you didn't put that hole there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's making somebody else responsible for wounds that they didn't give you. You know?
No, I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that 100%. I mean, shoot, man. Like I said, there's a lot of things in here I can relate to, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way. Like as far as like my mom's not being there growing up, not because she didn't want to, just some shit that went down.
Yeah.
And like the love that I didn't receive growing up from my mother, I was blessed to have my community around me, like my
Yeah.
cousins' moms
Yeah.
or my homies' moms. They seen that I was missing that,
Yeah.
and they tried to fill that void. But it's nothing compared to your actual,
Absolutely.
your actual blood.
Yeah.
So as I was getting older, like certain things that I didn't get from my moms that I wanted from other women, I had to realize like I can't expect some girl to give me the type of love I needed from my mom growing up.
Yeah.
Like I gotta just accept what happened and heal from that.
Absolutely.
And just accept love in the forms it comes to me.
Yeah. Now, what I will say, and hopefully this is perceived in the way that I mean it in my heart, I do feel like to an extent when you're in a serious and committed relationship with somebody, they can feel different roles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you could be with a woman and she has a nurturing spirit like a mother at a time where you need that kind of,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? That kind of love. And so I don't think that it's, sometimes there is a healthy way to manifest that and for that to be a thing. But when you're constantly seeking it or expecting it, I think that's where, and when you haven't healed or acknowledged that wound, that's where it gets tricky and that's where it's unhealthy.
Nah, for real, I feel that. Next lyric here, AIW, right?
Uh-huh.
I needed healing from my soul more than a prayer. You adding to all my trauma, you supposed to peel back the layers. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Man, that's just really saying like, I thought you were gonna be different. You know?
Right.
I thought this was that love that I had been waiting for. And actually you're adding to the bullshit that I have to heal from.
Yeah.
You know, you become another sore spot for me.
But how does one supposed to assist that person in peeling back those layers? Is it just being there, like recognizing what you're going through and acknowledging and assisting you in your healing process?
Yeah,
Like,
and not even necessarily assisting, but accepting me for who I am, acknowledging my growth when you see it, and just not adding to my trauma, not being another person who consistently disappoints me, not aligning your words, your actions, and your intentions. Like you're really just showing up like the last nigga or like my dad, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. I think part of learning somebody and loving somebody is peeling back their layers, especially when they're a person who is a little bit more complicated, can be a little more guarded. But it's like if I let you in and then you abuse the space that I've allowed you into, now I've built another wall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you looking at me like, well, bitch, you guarded. Well, nigga, you helped me put the guard up. You built the wall. You handed me the bricks. So.
Damn, you handed me the bricks. Damn. You was stacking them too, though. So you got the motherfuckers and you seen them. You was like, fuck it.
I was trying to build a house with you. You done built the wall between us.
Nah, I feel you though.
Yeah.
Shit. So, and now that you broke down that barrier, you ain't got nothing in front of you that's gonna hold you back, and you just gotta, accelerate to your next, phase of your life, and that's
Yeah.
where you at right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say, man, like this project, like you said, it's like you're writing in a journal.
Yeah.
Like I feel that, like you're definitely like reflecting real hard, and I really love that about you.
Thank you.
Not too many. A lot of artists are vulnerable in the music, but not to the extent where they getting too personal. You know what I'm saying? And I think this project really connected to the people in another way.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Even when we did the interview at your event, when I'm talking to the people and they're bringing up the projects and they're talking about like they knew like the person you was and where you at today, and they're seeing that growth. It's like, damn, like, okay. And I didn't know you as Solo Star, but your folks did. And to hear from them, and then like where I met you,
Yeah.
it's like, damn, like, okay, like, it sound like she definitely, like, boom, 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 has some pivotal moments type
Absolutely.
shit. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump into voices right after this, but I want to get the call Thomas interlude. Right, you said I've been cut for too long. Time to have some fun. Was it focused in my love with me?
Focused and in love with me. Realized I am the one.
Yeah. So talk about that. Talk about, because you just said the dating pool different out here, but in the song you're like, all right, I've been cut for too long. I gotta go outside and have me some fun. What do you mean by that?
I think being intentional about actually dating versus just being cuffed, jumping into a serious situation with somebody, and not just having fun with other people, but enjoying my own company. You know what I'm saying? The lyric is focused and in love with me, realized I am the one. So I've been seeking the one in somebody else, and I'm the one. I am the love of my life.
Yeah.
And I think it's just acknowledging that point where you're no longer lovesick or looking behind you, but really open to the possibilities of what's in front of you. And like, actually, it's not so bad being alone. Like, I can enjoy this part. Like, it's kind of like I'm past the hurt, and now I could kick it.
Right.
I can take that experience and glean from it instead of dwelling on it, and now it's time to kick it.
Okay. And then like on that same bar, like you said, these niggas peep when you happy and plot on you just to test.
Yes.
Talk about that, because that's on both sides of the spectrum. That's common.
Okay, so boom, there is a glow that we joke about women have when they get out of a relationship.
Okay, what's that glow?
That glow is just the knowing that, like, I'm really her. Like, I'm really working on me. I'm good. Like, and a lot of times I'm motivated by her, right? So I'm getting money. I'm getting to it. I'm looking good. And you niggas see that.
Yeah, they on the IG like,
man,
they
want to DM, they want to double back because they seeing you in your glow. They seeing you happy. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's why the next lines is like, I got a feeling my new nigga about to be my old. You know what I'm saying? It's that transparent moment where it's like, damn, do I keep going forward or do I go back? Because now this nigga on my bumper, he see me looking good, doing good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's about.
I feel you. Hey, I know this might be like a side thing, a side comment, whatever, but you watch Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember that interview with Jada did with Will Smith?
Uh-huh.
And we all know how that went out.
Yeah, shout out to the Jada Pack. I'll reference that on there.
Yeah, you made Will look like a sucker though, cause I don't know Jada. But look, Will said something, I think was what I said it real important in that interview. He said something about only like if I'm happy and you happy, I can't make you happy and you can't make me happy.
Yeah.
We choose to add that happiness to each other.
Fair enough.
What do you think about that?
I agree. I think there's a certain level of responsibility that you have for your own happiness. Now, in the same token, a motherfucker moving foul, intentionally making you unhappy, doing wrong, can't expect you to be happy.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, your joy and your happiness is an inside job. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's twofold. That's a double-edged sword.
Okay. I don't expect, like, obviously, if someone's making me happy, cool, but I can't just rely on that happiness all the time. I know that I have to be happy with myself to accept the happiness from other people that come to me.
Absolutely.
You know, because if I'm not vibrating on that frequency, then it's like I'm not going to treat that special momentum from that person as I should be treating it.
For sure.
And it's not going to be reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how I think of that situation, because you know, that alone could be a toxic trait.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Just keeping someone around and not appreciating what value they're bringing to you. And then at the same time, like, they're accepting the bullshit you giving to them. And then it's like, it's no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing. I think it's almost that piece about happiness and wholeness are almost kind of interchangeable in that regard, because it's like you cannot come broken and expect somebody to complete you, right? You got to already come whole. You whole, I'm whole, and we whole together, versus putting our broken pieces together and expecting to be whole. That's not how it works.
Right. Nah, I feel that, man. Shit, okay, you gonna play with me soon as I let you, won't you? Niggas always want revenge. The things you love, eventually you hate. I'll never let a nigga
Play and not reciprocate.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a very toxic line, and it's really speaking to the fact that niggas can't take what they dish, right? Say we in a relationship, you cheat on me, I stay, I forgive you. If I cheat on you, you gonna want to shoot everybody involved.
Oh, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's really about like, yeah, niggas always want revenge. Like they want their lick back. You know what I'm saying? And so do I. Fuck is you talking about?
Right. I guess so. Such a shit. So leading up to that, I don't know what song. I don't know if it was Voices or Toxic, but you said something within the lines like,
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
In the beginning, in the phase of the songs, you said something within the lines of like, okay, like how, like basically the nigga cheated on you. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? You still was there, whatever. And then later on the other songs, you mentioned how like when you got your leg back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Bro wasn't fucking with that.
I think you're talking about Toxic. It's the bar is it's possible I cheated first, but ain't no way that you've been faithful.
Yeah.
After all the shit you've done for that one time, you should be grateful.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So basically what I'm trying to get at is like
Drewski lean.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to get at is like, would you if he obviously he was cheating. So like if he was cheating, but at that time, were you assuming he was cheating, so you did what you did? Or
yes.
you caught bro, and then you was like, fuck it, I need
nope,
to leave
I
back.
never caught him. And to be fair, he still proclaims to be innocent. So if you watching this, maybe you didn't cheat.
Stay 10 toes, cat. No,
maybe you didn't cheat. But I think, again, men are the head. And so you set a precedence of mistrust. You moving sneaky. Bitches calling my phone, reaching out to me. I still get anonymous calls from bitches pertaining to the situation. And I've been removed from it for a while. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And so for me, it's like,
you change your number.
I do. It's like if you ain't doing nothing, you're creating an atmosphere where it appears that you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it created opportunity for me to think you doing something, and so I did something, and it's nothing that I'm proud of. I honestly, I don't even think tit for tat is worth it, right? Because that's something I gotta live with. You know what I'm saying? That's a stain on my character. But yeah, this is what you cultivated. This is our foundation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, I feel you on that because just growing up.
Oh, he's calling me. That's crazy. Hold on. This is good TV. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Ooh, she messy, cuz. You stay away from this shit. G-Nurse do not condone no messiness, cuz.
I was just talking about you. I'm doing a podcast, and I literally was just talking about you.
Saying something crazy?
No, we're talking about the Toxic Pack and my muse behind the music. It's not a diss album. That's how you feel?
I mean, it was some shots taken in there.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Let you get back to it. Just call me later.
Okay. Bye.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it G with you though. Like that shit crazy because the fact that you guys could still be friends,
Yeah.
and get over it and just move forward.
It took a lot of time and a lot of intentionality.
That's hard.
I've like I wasn't just accountable in the music. I was directly accountable to this man. Like this is somebody, like I said, this has been the best and the worst relationship I've had. And so I just felt the responsibility to be like, man, it wasn't all you. This is where I fucked up. This is where I could have moved differently. This is where I could have cultivated trust.
Right.
And yeah, ultimately, like, he's just a good dude. We are very creatively aligned. We have a lot of the same goals and ambitions, and it's like, I want you in my life. Maybe you're not supposed to be my husband, but I want you in my life.
Okay, so I gotta say something then.
Yeah.
Not only did you just make an album about bro, and not only did you guys move on and became friends,
Yeah.
but in your next relationship, where's the line for the respect of that? Because you know, if it was me, that shit gotta be done with.
See, and this is why I'm not in a relationship, and I intentionally choose not to be in a relationship because I was about to spill too much of my tea to y'all. I want to be sure about what I want in my next situation.
I feel you.
I don't want to play with nobody. I want to build up good karma for myself. And yeah.
So do you just expect the next dude to fully trust that when you're around this guy creatively, business-wise?
I'm not getting in a relationship until this is all the way done.
Okay, so it's not all the way done yet.
I didn't say that.
This is what you insinuating. Jay, she insinuating that shit. You a block spinner for real.
I love
She said,
him.
hey, bro, my mama, Nakara Forjé, a block spinner certified.
I love
In the Honda
him.
Civic. Skirt.
I love that man so bad, and
Ain't
I
nothing wrong
just
with it.
I don't know what the future holds.
Ain't
I
nothing wrong
don't.
with it.
And
That's
so you know, I have somebody special in my life. Shout out to them, but you know, we're intentional about how we move and how we're committing and not committing to one another.
She said in her song, if the dick is good, you know the rest. That nigga called. You see that? Hey, bro, salute, true. Brother man.
It wasn't good. It was the bar was, if the D is phenomenal, baby, you know the rest.
She talking about that.
Man, chill.
My nigga.
Chill out.
Hey, shout out to bro, man. You feel me? That's how you keep them, don't lose them.
Man, what? Okay.
They might go make a song, album real quick. They be back though. They be back.
That's not always how it works. Don't put that in nobody's head.
Nah, I'm just playing. No, okay, but look, it's a perfect segue going back to voices. I said I was gonna be a little bit all over.
Yeah.
Because you said in the last comment you said that you were moving with the assumption, right? Mm-hmm. And you did what you did. In feelings, in voices, you said, my feelings so clumsy, I be tripping for no reason. The voices in my head telling me you out cheating. FaceTime knowing that you said you at the gym, but something telling me you been working out with Kim.
Yeah, Kim is a real person. Shout out to her. She's a beautiful girl.
That's not a fake name?
No.
So you put Shorty
Man,
name
I
in
don't
the song?
cap in my raps. Boom. Kim is a beautiful girl,
Damn.
and she was on my man's Dino. Like she was when I first met him, she was on him bad, but he was on me bad.
Right.
But I'm peeping, right?
So that was like some friend shit. It was just a little.
They were
separate.
friends.
Okay.
But I felt like the way she was on his body, you done did something with this girl.
Right.
You're giving her the impression that she got
Right.
a shot.
Can females peep that when they're around?
Absolutely. What?
That's crazy.
Absolutely. So for me, it's like, I could be tweaking, but there's energy there. There's something there. And you telling me it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But she on something. And she bad. You ain't do nothing. You don't want to do nothing.
You tell me you
I'll
just
slap the shit out of both of y'all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's, some telling me you've been working out, Kim. Don't stop playing with me.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No space.
But my mind playing tricks on me.
No
Because
spaces
I ain't got no
between the
proof.
hugs.
I ain't got no proof. I can't prove it.
Man, in her song she said no spaces between the hugs. I'm knowing you got a pass. That shit crazy because like that shit took me back to when I was in high school, when I was in a relationship, just young relationship shit.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time with the person I was dealing with, we was graduating, and they do the whole candle ceremony shit.
Yeah.
I remember the homegirls wanted to take pictures with me. And these is homegirls I grew up with from like sandbox to high school. And even some of these homegirls participated in helping me doing like the cute shit I did in the past with the person I was dealing with.
Yeah. That don't mean shit.
Yeah, but I remember the girl I was dealing with was like, nigga, why you gotta take a picture with them bitches like that? Like, she calling her, bro, her daddy called me. Like, hey, I don't even take pictures with my homegirls like that. I respect, like.
How was the pictures?
Bro, it was regular pictures, like just me hugging with my homegirl, me hugging with my nigga. It's just a regular picture, bro.
Yeah.
Graduating, everybody happy we done made it through, because some people didn't make it through.
Fair enough.
So I didn't look at it as nothing wrong, but apparently the person I was dealing with at the time, she didn't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's funny, because that little shit right there made me think of that. But it's like,
yeah, but
are you overthinking? Because I didn't have no connection with those females like that.
And it could be that, but this the thing. There's a difference. And even us, we're building a friendship and we have a professional relationship. I'm not hugging you with my arms around your neck.
Because it's a respect thing.
With my pelvis to your pelvis. You feel what I'm saying? That's what no spaces between the hugs. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what we doing?
Yeah.
If you don't side hug that hoe and keep going,
Yeah.
But my mind playing tricks on me. You feel me?
Hey, no, I feel it though, shit. I feel it, cuz.
It's levels to the shit. And I think, that goes back to boundaries and respect. Like, would you want somebody hugging me the way, you know what I'm saying? Would you want somebody taking pictures the way? It all comes back to how you want to be treated, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Because, me as a man, like, I'm territorial, too.
Absolutely, I'm sure.
You feel me? Real territorial, like. But at the same token, like, I ain't really run into no issues where a motherfucker try me, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but if a motherfucker do, like, it's, like, I'm
gonna cut their water off?
I'm cut your water off. Cut your water off. That melody, I'm gonna cut your water off. Like,
cut your water
off. Oh God, nigga, I might do more than just cutting your water off. Nah, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna check, bro. But when we get to the whip,
I'm gonna check you. Absolutely.
You feel me? Because at the end of the day, like, what is you doing too?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at that point now, my old ways, I would probably do that one up bullshit. I might go do the same thing with the homegirl just to piss you off.
Yep.
But, we leveling up out here. So, niggas got to be direct.
Absolutely.
The moment I see, it hasn't happened, but if it did, God forbid, don't even want that to happen, like, that is going to be like a situation where I'm going to run into and be like, do I want to be with this bitch still?
Yeah.
Not real shit.
Yeah, that could totally be a deal breaker.
Yeah, because now I'm overthinking.
I don't like the way you showing up. I don't like the way you representing me. I don't like the way you move with other people. You too friendly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm so glad, you know what I'm saying? I don't gotta deal with that though, cause I've seen some friendly motherfucking women out here.
I think it's really hard being in this industry too, because to a degree we have to be friendly. And so in my last situation and my current situationship,
right.
we're artists. Right? We're public facing, right? And so we have to be kind to people. We have to be welcoming. We have to greet people and make people feel good being around us. That's part of the job. That's part of the gift. And I think you have to be really clear about your boundaries and, respecting your person. No,
that's real. I mean, shit, that's something that I'm currently, I have to really break it down to my lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's not used to all this shit.
Yeah.
It was definitely in the beginning I had to really, like, lace her up. Like, hey, look, I'm going to be as respectful as I can, but you got to understand, like, I'm outside. I'm outside doing business and shit. I'm moving
and grooving
like this. Like, you see me in places, I'm in and out.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't do all that. So you will never catch me in public
doing too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even... Like I told you, I ain't smoked today. You know what I'm saying? Just because, we doing this.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to do all that, I'm going to do that at my time.
Yeah.
When it's time for me to vibe and relax. And I think that gives my partner that insurance that, okay, he not outside smoking with these bitches.
He's professional.
Yeah, he handling his shit. He about to get the fuck up out of there.
Yep.
But there are some moments where I have to be like, hey, look, we're building relationship. We're building that friendship to escalate a partnership in our endeavors. And I think that's where you have to differentiate the lines of trust me and I'm going to make sure that I'm doing everything possible to make you feel secure.
Yeah. And I feel like that's part of why I gravitate towards other artists, because it's just like dating somebody of color. Like, I don't have to explain my blackness. I don't have to explain my creativity. I ain't got to explain why it's after 8 o'clock and I'm out doing a podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's already understood.
Exactly.
So it don't got to be explained. But yeah, that trust factor is critical though.
Nah, for real.
It's critical.
Nakara, are you the type to go through people's phones?
I have. It's not my, hear me out. It's not my go-to. I don't just desire to go through anybody's shit. I'm a person who keeps a journal. I have a lot of friends who divulge a lot of information to me. I wouldn't want nobody going through my shit, but I have gone through phones. I have.
I remember at your show on the 4th of April, you said something on the mic like, you said something like, where my peoples that be going through phones?
Yeah.
I remember Juice was next to me. I said, hey, bro, you be looking through phones? He was like, hell no, cause I don't look through phones.
Shout out to Juice Lord. Yeah. Now, I'm at a stage in my life now where I want to be happy. And when you go through somebody's phone, you are bound to find something. Even if they're not doing nothing, you're going to find something that make you raise an eyebrow. And it's like, either I trust you or I don't. Yep. And if I don't, I don't need to fuck with you. Right. You know, going through phones and all that, it's really, it's fruitless. It's fruitless.
Because even if you don't find what you're looking for,
you're going to find something to be suspicious about.
Exactly. Whether it's the person not responding to somebody just on their coattail.
Anything.
So now you sitting here like, damn, we going through it. She might go, or he might go fuck with this bitch or this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or something can be taken out of context. It's just not worth it. And anytime I've done it, I felt slimy. Like I was doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've leaned towards having a conversation about what bothers me versus snooping to find answers that either I'm going to get from this person or they're not honest enough to give me. And if they're not, then I don't need to fuck with them.
Right. Yeah, because you did say on Voices, you was like, I dreamed you fucked your BM, so I went through your text and checked your DMs. My dream might lie, but you have in the past. So I'm riding by your house and I'm stalking your ass, and I really hate to do it, but them voices won't stop.
It be saying it's the niggas closest to you be the ops.
Was your dream right?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I don't think so. So a little bit of that was that kind of happened, but it didn't happen. The part about me riding past your house, that was true. But I ain't
What time, was it like 9, 10 at night?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I had a bat with me. I was on bullshit. I was really.
You was on that time, man.
And I'm not even a destructive person. And this one I knew the situation was toxic because I was like, I'm out of character and I'm feeling violent. Like, I want to destroy some shit. I don't necessarily want to hurt you, but I want to break your shit. And once I get to that point, I just need to.
Yeah, man, that shit crazy. Like, why y'all gotta do that, man? Like, look, I get it, you mad. Beat the nigga up, though. Why you gotta break my shit?
Now, but this is the thing. I don't condone any kind of violence because shit can go left so fast. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can really die. Somebody can really lose their life. And that's not your intention. Your intention is just to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
But it can spiral out of control. You could hit somebody in the wrong spot. Anything can happen. And so that's why I really don't like when things get out of hand in that way. And yeah, that's
get out of line,
yeah. I'm not typically a destructive person. I don't like, breaking people's shit and doing all that. I feel like I'm way too player for that. And that's like, that's how I know shit has gone too far and I'm way too attached to this person, this situation, and it's time for me to move around.
No, that's good. That's good. Maturity.
Thank you.
Maturity and the way we're handling situations, you know. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of growth within myself. Minnesota does change people, man. Disdain. We're going to get it to disdain, man.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I got a pair of black Tims upstairs. And when she said this shit, I said, damn, I'm scared to wear black Tims around the car now. And I'm going to tell you why. In the lyrics, she said, I got a disdain for niggas that go... I got a disdain for niggas that go back to 93 when my daddy beat my mama and ended up kicking me. Probably why to this day I won't ever rock black Tims, and obviously why I don't trust men, especially him. Talk about that.
Yeah. I was like 4 or 5 years old. This was when my parents officially split. They had been together for 10 years. My dad was on some bullshit. My mom found a number. This was before niggas was really having phones like that.
Yeah,
She
beepers.
had a beeper. Found a bitch number. My dad was a player for sure. But yeah, they get into a tussle. They get into a real fight. My dad is whooping my mom's ass. This was not commonplace. This wasn't something that, happened on a regular basis. Maybe they both was just fed up. They had their Ike and Tina moment. Don't condone that at all. Shit was fucked up. But in the midst of it, I'm just a little girl, and the fight fell in my room as they're tussling. And he ended up kicking me with them heavy ass Timbs on as he's like stomping my mom. And I never forgot that shit. And I don't know. I didn't connect it until I wrote it, but I've never really fucked with black Timbs after that. That stuck in my mind.
You lying. I seen you wearing black Timbs one time.
Never.
You ain't never wear no black Timbs?
Never.
That's crazy.
I had
So
red, green, of course the beef and broccolis, but nah.
Nah, I feel you though. I mean, that's definitely like a traumatic situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And shit, I probably wouldn't even, if something like that happened too, I probably wouldn't even want to rock them motherfuckers.
Man, it stuck out for me, but yeah, tough moments.
So how do you deal? I know you said like before your dad passed away, you were rekindling that relationship, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get to that point where you guys talked about that situation and you guys?
We didn't talk about that specifically, but I would and I'm like this with all my parents. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable because I have to reconcile where I come from.
Right.
So that I can, be intentional about doing something different. And, I would just tell him how I felt about the way he treated women, the way that I feel like he did not show up for me, but we never really talked about that situation specifically. I think if he were still alive to hear it, it will be a point of conversation because he really fucked with my music.
No, that's good.
But also, if he were still alive to hear it, it might not have ever been written. Because I don't know. I mean, we'll never know at this point, but there's just, I don't know.
Because that song, it's like in that moment, it came from a certain pain.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, no, I could definitely understand that right there for sure. I had a disdain for niggas, but wanted approval bad. Affection and validation I didn't get from my dad. Neglected and disrespected. I'm old enough now to date. I'm seeking love and protection from the very
ones I hate. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's like I really don't like niggas. I really don't trust niggas. But I want to be seen by you. I want to be loved by you. I want to be protected by you. I want you to tell me how valuable I am to you, right? So it's like that duality is confusing, right? It's like I hate you and I love you at the same time. I don't even,
No, I feel you. Well, hey, look, man, there's definitely a lot that went into this project.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stories in there that you bring up from your life, and I think you did a real great job at laying that out and painting a picture for the people.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely you got a lot of way more things to talk about that I'm sure these next few projects you're gonna just display that, you know what I'm saying? But I think this project, this whole series, the Hoochie series, from the first pack to the last, I think that you definitely shedded off a lot of that pain, and I think now we're finna see a whole another level of you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's why I ended the project, kind of reconciling with the situation with my dad, having my son at the end of it. The last bar is like, plus I can't claim to hate niggas when God blessed me with a son. It's like, man, it's a rebirth for me, being a mom and having to raise a little boy who's going to grow up to be a man and have his own struggles and his own issues with women. And hopefully I'm raising him to be better than what I've experienced. But Yeah, I'm doing my work, man. I'm doing my work every single day. And so the music is going to evolve as I evolve.
That part. Nakara was like, yeah, I'm trying to shoot a 30-minute podcast. It's an hour. I told her it's going to be longer because I know how this shit, I do this.
I mean, the content is juicy. There's so much to glean from things we probably didn't even touch on, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it come together, and yeah, this has been clutch.
Hell yeah. It was definitely a great conversation with you, man.
I'm excited to do this and to really get into it. I've previously done it like by myself, so it wasn't as thorough, but I think Toxic Pack is probably my favorite one out the joints. I don't know. What's your favorite pack?
My favorite pack? I ain't gonna lie, man. It might have to be, after listening to this project a few times now, I definitely fuck with this one. Disdain is my favorite on this.
That's it. A lot of men have said that to me.
Yeah.
Disdain and Carl Thomas are their favorites.
Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, me and Juice was talking about the
Yeah.
Carl Thomas one. Disdain, man. I don't know, man. Like, it's just something about that too. Like, you talked about the black tears in your mom, right? Like, bro. I remember when I was a kid. Shit, I heard my mom and dad screaming in the room. Nigga, as soon as I popped that bitch open, I see my mom on the ground getting choked out from my dad.
Yeah.
And I jumped over the king size bed, nigga, and I jumped on my daddy. Like, nigga, get off my mama.
Yep.
Nigga, I see my mom run downstairs, grab a pot, nigga, and pop that nigga. Boom,
Man.
pop, bing,
You
booka,
hear me?
bika, baka.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, like, just, like, letting her
Traumatized.
do it. Yeah, like, and then I see my dad, like, just slam the door trying to protect himself. And it's just, like, I'm sitting there questioning, and like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like,
yeah.
the fuck? And so, and then literally, like, the next day, they fucking in the laundry room. Turn that bitch on. They're crashing. Nigga, they toxic,
Man,
like,
and that's the beauty in, like, how transparent I am in my music is that you can identify your own memories and your own trauma and hopefully your own healing and what I'm speaking about.
Okay, and that's what I wanted to get to. Because, like, real quick before we end, I ain't gonna lie, listening to your project, in a way, like, you made me reflect on my shit. When I was listening to your project.
And that is a good thing for you, I hope.
It's a good thing, but it was also a scary thing a little bit. Only because, like I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, cuz, like, some of the things that you were saying about, like, as far as, like, the man you was dealing with, like, I was able to identify certain things that I know I've done in my past that was similar.
Yep.
And I recognized how far I've come in my relationship now as far as being better.
Yep.
And then I sit there and I'm like, damn, God, like, I'm glad ain't nobody gonna make no song like this about me. You feel me? But no, some real shit, like, just with my life, the relationship, like, I think that's why I say, like, if you pay attention, I think everyone can identify with something in this project.
Yes.
From the first to the last pack.
Yep.
You know, but you already know what my favorite song is. I told you already.
What's your favorite
I think
song?
It's it was Honor.
Oh, yeah.
That shit hard. Hey, my mama, play Honor from Jada Pack.
Shout out to Mani. Shout out to Muja Messiah. That's one that I have been sitting on. That and that song, that was I be just, you know what? These niggas just be muses. And yeah.
Not all of them.
But that,
I mean,
man, this has been amazing. You really didn't hold back. You was asking me shit that, yeah, you should be able to ask. I put it in the music, so it's like, why would I, not give up the tea? But yeah, no exes were harmed in the making of this podcast. We love y'all.
Yeah.
Heal Hoochie, man. We got one more pack coming.
One more?
One more pack.
This is exclusive.
One more pack is coming this summer. And yeah, man, we gonna come back and do it again for that pack. I mean, it'll probably be a lot more wholesome than this. We wrapping up the toxicity. We're evolving. And man, I love you. I love G Nice TV, the whole team. Shout out to the cameraman squad, always holding us
Shout
down.
out to J Money, man. Damn.
Man, this has been amazing. Shout out to all the producers who worked on the pack. My nigga Raleigh. Who else is on there? I can't even think, but man, y'all know who y'all is. I appreciate y'all, and be on the lookout, man. Me and Murgo gonna be doing some more work together, man. Real niggas link up.
That part. West to Midwest, man. We getting it done. And it's your boy G Murmur, so G Nice TV. We're gonna wrap it up like that. You dig? Yeah, bitch, you.